Do you want to get known as a speaker where people look for you because they have a speaker in mind for their event? Well, you are in the right place. Stay tuned because today that is exactly what you will learn. We're going to explore this whole area of how do you get known as a speaker. In this training, you're going to learn 3 areas that will help you to get noticed and known as a Kingdom Woman speaker so that you can increase your chances of getting booked and influencing the audience that you are meant to reach. If we've never met before, my name is Lisa Vanderquack. I am the CEO and founder of Speak to Transform Academy, and I'm so excited to be with you today. We are on this journey of daily live streams to help you become the kind of speaker that is able to stand with confidence, speak with clarity, and deliver with transformational impact. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you want? You want to have an impact? Let me know wherever you're tuning in from. In the comments, if there's comments, you can put underneath this video. Isn't that what you want? Don't you want to have a greater impact? Well, you're going to learn all about that tomorrow, how you can increase it. But today, let's talk a bit about how you can get known as a speaker. Because let's face it, if people don't know that you're a speaker, how will they know to book you? How will they know to go look for you? And if you want to stay tuned as to when I go live with these speaking tips, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, whichever channel you're looking at. I'm on multiple channels right now, and just ask for a notification that we can do this every day at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So let's have a look at once you've decided that you are a speaker, and yesterday we talked about this in a video training. Once you've decided that, yes, I feel called to speak. I know I'm called to speak. I've made a decision. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to become the very best speaker I possibly can in the area that I'm called to speak. Once you've made that decision, the next thing is for you to decide that you need to be intentional about being visible. Being visible. One of the areas that is really important for you to understand is to get known as a speaker, to get noticed, is that you need to be visible. Visibility creates familiarity. And there's a few things about visibility that's important for you to know. Frequency and branding. How often you show up. Are you showing up regularly on certain platforms or on a certain platform? Is there a rhythm, an intentional getting yourself in front of people that may be your ideal audience, that may be people who can hire you, that may be people who would look for you for their event? Are you actually visible? Let me know in the comments if you already are visible or if this is an area that you need help with. Because again, if you are in front of people, then you'll be top of mind. There's the old adage that out of sight, out of mind. If you are not ever visible, then they're not going to be thinking about you. But if you're constantly, regularly in front of people, in front of the right people, they're going to remember, oh yeah, I remember this person I heard speaking. This could be in a Facebook group. It could be on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter. There's lots of platforms today that you can do, or on a podcast. Podcasts are very, very easy. So whether you're a guest or you have your own platform, being visible is really key for you to get noticed and to get known. And the frequency and the branding, are you consistent in your branding? Let me know in the comments, wherever you're tuning in from, if this is an area that you already are crushing it. Let me know. And let me know where you are most visible. If there's a certain platform or a certain way that you show up, let me know in the chat or in the comments down below. So first one is visibility. Now, the second area that is really important for you to understand to get noticed and known is that you offer value. That when you show up, what you say actually brings value to your listeners. It's not just about you delivering information, spouting out what you know, but it's about showing up and giving your listeners something that they can use to overcome a problem, to solve a problem, to achieve a goal, something that is of value. And part of that is when you know and understand the people that you're speaking to, you know and understand what it is they need or want, and how what you offer or what you're saying can help them. So being a speaker who delivers value will help you get noticed and get known. This is really key. This is all about knowing your message. What is your unique message that you bring? And the other part about this is, what is that unique transformation that you help other people get? What if they engage with what you're saying, with your process, with your material, whatever it is, how will that make their life better? How will that add value, and how will that transform an area of their life that they are looking for a solution? So visibility, value, and the third one, this may surprise you, but no, being really clear on your viewpoint, or you could say point of view. But viewpoint, because I've got two other V's, I made it a V, your viewpoint. Now, what is viewpoint? I like to say it this way. It's knowing what you stand for and what you can't stand. Have you ever heard a speaker and they were really clear about certain things that they did not like or they were not aligned with? And you knew where they stood on a certain issue, on a certain thing that was happening in the world, or a certain conversation. Have you ever heard someone like that? And you thought, whoa, they're really being bold. Well, here's what happens when you are clear on your viewpoint and you express that. You actually will create a polarization. Now, for some women speakers, this is the reason why they don't express their viewpoint, because they don't want to offend people. They don't want to face rejection or lose followers. But let me say this, if you are speaking to everyone, you are speaking to no one. And so you have to show up and be authentic. And part of being authentic is being clear on what you stand for and what you can't stand. What are you passionate about? What is the line in the sand sometimes for you? And this may be on very, very superficial things, or very, very not so superficial, deeper issues that are deeply embedded even in our culture, in our life, whatever it might be. You know, it could be you stand for family, you stand for putting your family first above your job, you know, something like that. Or you can't stand it when people do the opposite. They sacrifice their marriage or their family to get ahead. You know, those are just some simple examples. But when you do that, you begin to then create this division, and I'll say it that way, but it's a very clear distinction. Maybe that's a better word, distinction, as to who are the people that are going to stay with you and who are the people are not. Because the people that are going to stay with you are the people that need to hear what you have to say. Now, Jesus did this all the time when he spoke. He expressed what he was all about, what he couldn't stand, what he stood for, and it created a polarization in his audience. And that was okay, because he was really clear on who he came to reach. And so should you. And not be surprised when those who are not the ones that you're speaking to don't stick around, because they are not meant to hear, they are not meant to receive, whether it be the timing thing or just where they're at in your message. So let's recap. In order for you to get known and noticed as a speaker, you need to first of all become visible. You need to make it a priority and become intentional. You need to make sure that you are giving value to your listeners, helping them move forward in some way, adding value to their life. And the third thing is that you need to be clear and express what is your viewpoint in a certain area. Now, that doesn't have to happen every time, but it definitely has to happen at some point so that you can get known. And people, and how does this make you known? Well, when you are speaking and when you're showing up and being visible, and there's a consistency about that, then those who hear you and see you begin to remember you and say, oh yeah, she speaks on this topic and she helps people do this. And she's really clear about this. So when there's an opportunity for someone to be a guest on a show, on a podcast, or to be a keynote speaker, and they're looking for a specific subject matter or specific kind of person, then if you fit the bill, they're going to remember you if you have been showing up, giving value, and are really clear on your viewpoint. So if you found this to be inspiring and helpful in any way, I would love it if you would share it, invite your friends to listen in, and again, subscribe to the channel and ask for the notifications. And tomorrow we're going to be back here again at the same time, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where you're going to learn all about how to have more impact as a speaker. And you're also going to learn later in the week how to get booked as a speaker. Now, as a speaking coach, I work primarily with kingdom-minded women entrepreneurs and speakers who want to get their message out into the world and reach the people that they're called to reach so that they can multiply their impact, influence, and income. And you may be one of those people, and maybe you have been holding back, but I want to encourage you that your message needs to be heard. Your message is part of your mission. And if you're waiting for permission, I want to encourage you that your calling is your permission. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. We look forward